Blessings, blessings and greetings on this Friday the 13th, 2020. This is Dawn Del Vecchio with Return of the Priestess, and I'm bringing forth a live transmission for this day as a way of really reclaiming our sovereignty, reclaiming our truth, and bringing light to the planet at a time when the energies are being leveraged for more nefarious means. So welcome, sisters who are coming on live through the Return of the Priestess Facebook group, as well as those who watch this later or watch it later on YouTube. So let me welcome a few sisters who are coming on the line. Suzanne, thank you. I'm going to look at my big screen here. It's easier to see. Pat, hi. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Yes, great. Evelina, welcome. Okay, so we've got a day that happens every once in a while, a Friday the 13th. And this Friday the 13th is sort of sandwiched between some very key energetic dates and events here on Earth, between certain lunar, planetary lunar eclipses, the powerful upcoming winter solstice is still a little bit of ways away, the previous full moon on Samhain, or All Saints Day, Halloween, whatever you want to call it, which is a very key day in the wheel of the year in the ancient, particularly important holiday. And of course, the US elections and all of the stuff that's going on with that ongoing situation. So this is a powerful time on the planet, as we know. It's also a time of great confusion, as we know. And so I wanted to tie in some threads of the different things I talk about and really support all of you who are with me now and who watch this later, to really reclaim your light, really reclaim your gifts, and really remember who you are here to be. So I'll be doing some talking, some sharing, maybe some inspired channeling, or at least guided transmission. And we'll see what else comes up. So let me just say hello, hello to a few more of you who are here. Hi, Amy, Monica, Maisha, Lena, hi, thank you for being here. So we have different parts of the world represented here: Norway, Finland, United States, not sure where else. But thank you, sisters, for those of you who are coming on live. It's good to see you here, a little different than our Sunday morning. So let's get started with, as I always like to do, a quick grounding and centering, just to bring us into our heart space, bring us fully present, allow the other responsibilities or concerns or distractions of the day just to be settled aside for a little bit as we gather in sacred space for this time together. So, hey, Rosemary, welcome. Good to have you here, dear. So let's just begin by closing our eyes, if it's safe to do so, and tuning inward. So as you close your eyes, or at least energetically bring your attention inward, let that inward turn be a permission slip for you to come home to yourself, to be with yourself without condition or judgment. And when you're ready, take in a nice deep breath. Let that breath fill your lungs. See it as a golden light that's coming to saturate your being with information. And as you exhale, let that exhale take with it all the other responsibilities of the day, just for now. Good. And again, breathing in, letting yourself settle within yourself, coming home to your inner being. And exhaling to release all that does not serve you, known and unknown. And another breath in, opening the heart to be available and receptive to the blessing of this now moment. And exhaling to release and drop down deep into your center. Thank you. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So I'm just going to tune in to what wants to come forward first. What's coming forward is actually something about the astrology readings I've been doing lately. So, you know, probably most of you know I'm an astrologer, an evolutionary astrologer, and it's one of the services that I offer to the people I work with. And of late, I have been doing a lot of readings. And in fact, many of the healers, helpers, guides, light workers, ascension guides that I know, priestesses, of course, are very busy. And I have been very busy too, working with clients, either one-on-one or in groups. And so lately I've been doing a lot of astrology readings. And what I'm noticing is I'm getting, like, there are often patterns that you see. Patterns, themes, you know, age groups, etc. And what I'm seeing is a lot of a certain signature, and not all of them, but many. It's the signature of what I would call the witch, the burned witch, or as many of you have heard me say, those with Bats syndrome, burned at the stake syndrome. And of course, this is something I have carried with me too and done a lot of work to resolve over the years. But what I'm seeing a lot of it, and there's certain generational, there's certain signatures that we can see in the chart that are often indicators of this. So I want to talk a little bit about Bats syndrome, unpack that a smidge, and the whole archetype of the witch. And from there, we'll shift into whatever divine guidance is guiding me to next. I feel there will be some experiential component to this as well, but I'm kind of framing it up as I like to do. So Bats syndrome, burned at the stake syndrome. Now, if you read my post, if you've seen my other post or some other information of mine, you may have seen that there was a period in European history. It came near the end of what we call the medieval period and went through the Renaissance and Reformation period, and it was called the Inquisition. And the Inquisition is a sort of detached way of saying the women's Holocaust. It was the witch burning era, and that conversation, that whole very dramatic, traumatic, frightening period of time spread like wildfire over many of the nations of Europe, probably all of them, and devastated cultures and lineages for 700 years. Now, of course, there were peaks, right? So it wasn't like it was all intense for 700 years, but in the early beginnings of it, all the way to the end, we had cultures and countries and villages absolutely tortured and traumatized into by these inquisitors who would come and accuse people of witchcraft and then torture them and kill them and charge them the fees for the cost of their torture and murder through burning at the stake and drowning and, you know, hanging and many other things. There's a lot that's been written on that. If this interests you, you can absolutely do research. I cannot, in a few moments, explain all of the many horrors and dramatic circumstances. I want to talk more about the implications. The wisdom of the priestesses, the midwives, the healers, the wise women, and even just a lot of innocent people who were just ordinary farmers, ordinary people, villagers of all kinds, anything you can think of. The wisdom was absolutely truncated in the lineage. So lineages were lost. Wisdom was lost. The knowledge of how to midwife birth and death, how to heal naturally, how to use Mother Earth's gifts and bounty for medicine, lost. Very, very few lineages came through that and in unbroken lines to our modern day. Certainly in terms of the Western European, Eastern and Western Europe, basically. It was a devastating period of time. And it was the rise of the description of a witch. So I want to talk a little about that word and the meaning so that you understand how I'm using it and why there was a point in my youth when I chose to reclaim that word. So the word witch comes from the Latin wic, W-I-C-C-E. It means to bend or shape. And those of us who have reclaimed the word witch as something positive, we understand this means to basically change consciousness at will, or that's a word, that's a description of the word magic as offered through the teacher, author, and wise woman witch Starhawk, who was one of my first teachers. So when we think about the word wick, to change or to bend or shape, we can think about changing or bending our consciousness or shaping our consciousness at will in order to attune to the spirit world, in order to attune to energetic frequencies, in order to basically move out of the density of 3D and into a harmonic that allows us to do things like understand the medicine of the plants, or call upon the spirits of healing and love to assist, or to converse with the spirit of a child still in utero to ask what it needs in order to birth safely. These were the wisdom teachings and the mastery of the ancient wise women that began to be accused of being witches, and that the hijacking of that word and the whole concept of the wisdom of the feminine, the leadership of the feminine, the healing knowledge held among the elder females, and taking it and turning it into something evil. So witches became, the description of witches became these crazy females who were cavorting with the devil, with Satan. When nothing could be farther from the truth, most of those simple country people probably didn't even believe in a devil like a Satan. They may have believed in evil spirits and stuff, and sure, there could have been occasionally a bad person, but for the most part, these were innocent, good, hardworking people who helped other people or just were minding their own business and got accused of witchcraft. So then we have 700 years of this crap. This terrorizing. Imagine living in these villages, and I'm sure as I talk about this, some of you are having memories, even if it's just an inkling. Being in a village where you better not stand out in any way, shape, or form. You better not shine your light. You better not show that you have some mystical gifts, and by all means, never try to use herbs to help heal other people. You better not massage anyone. You just better shut up, mind your own business, go to church every day, and pray that your neighbor doesn't name you while being tortured, just to stop the torture, because that's what it was. There were whole villages that were completely wiped out by the Inquisition. That's how bad it was. So, fast forward to today. Let's take a deep breath. Many of us who have come to midwife the planetary birthing of a new consciousness lived in that era. Sometimes maybe we were the inquisitors. Sometimes we were those who were accused of being witches. Sometimes we were tortured, sometimes drowned or hung or burned at the stake. Mostly we were innocent. Some of us may have had great gifts. Maybe we had the gift of sight. Maybe we had the gift of energetic healing through our hands. Maybe we shined our light, challenging the dominant narrative, or maybe we just shined our light because we had to do what felt right to us, and we paid a price, a heavy price. Now, it's not just in Europe that we had these kinds of situations, but Europe is where we see the great, the Holocaust against women. And that is no exaggeration. It's estimated that somewhere upward toward 9 million people were killed and tortured, including men, including children, over the course of 700 years. This is a very, very serious, significant point of history. And yet when we're in school, what do we learn about? The great Renaissance, the reflowering of culture. the Reformation, the rationality that comes into the church? Well, it was the Catholic Church and the Protestant Church that were busy burning witches. And thanks to the printing press, in 1484, right? Yeah, 1484, the second most popular mass printed book was called the Malleus Maleficarum, Hammer Against Witches. And that was spread throughout Europe as the manual for how to judge, how to torture and judge and get rid of witches, basically. So, okay, so we have that big thing. Many of us have gone through that experience, and now here we are. Here we are at this precipitous edge in which the planetary circumstance can go in a downward spiral of greater control, limitation, fear-mongering, exaggerated situations, conflict in the streets, and a confusion about what truth is and what lies are. And we have Friday the 13th, which is considered a day that is lucky for witches, which is why I, at 13, even though I didn't know about the whole witchcraft thing yet, I decided that was going to be my lucky day. Now, on this earth, we are dealing with some nefarious forces that actually do believe in a devil or Satan and actually are Satanists. They are not the witches. The witches are not them. We are not the same. However, we have the opportunity as priestesses, star seeds, light workers, or women and men reclaiming the title of witch as one who bends or shapes reality. We have the opportunity to counter some of the energetic measures that the negative forces are leveraging these kind of days for, leveraging the moons, the holidays, and these Friday the 13th. How? By shining our light. How? By healing and letting go of the old fear and the old wounds. So if Bats syndrome sounds like something you relate to, burned at the stake syndrome, where you feel like you have these blessed gifts to bring forward, and yet something holds you back from really shining your light in a big way, and you can't quite put your finger on it, but it's like a fear that's inexplicable, then now is really the time to fully shed that, to fully let it go. Now is the time that we need your light more than ever, because the forces of negativity are throwing everything they've got at humanity because they know they are losing. And they want us in the battlefield of fear and hate and separation and divisiveness. And so how do we counter that? With love and light. And we don't have to send love to them. We have to just anchor love and light and begin to bring forward our sacred gifts, whatever way they are for you, whatever your gifts are, however that is. It doesn't mean that you have to, like, I don't know, go back and get a bunch of education or build some huge online platform or any of that stuff. You just have to start delivering the goods every day, with every breath, with every desire, whether that's just prayers for the planet, whether that's beginning to say, hey, I'm an astrologer too, and I want to start reading for people, or whether you're a healer or an energy worker or something. It doesn't, an artist, a gardener, it doesn't matter what the manifestation is. What matters is that those old fears or impingements or limitation, that you feel it and do it anyway. You bring your light day by day, every day, bringing the light, anchoring the light. And many of you who are on this, if not all of you, maybe a couple of you aren't, you've been through Priestess Alchemy. So that's a great starter kit of tools for doing that work. This is the time for us to reclaim our humanity. It is the time for us to reclaim our sovereignty, our creativity, our love, our natural human tendency to be communal in nature, to want to share with others, to want to be with others and hold their hands and care and have empathy. And the forces of negativity have been trying to stop that, and they've been doing a pretty good job with the whole fear of the, you know what, the V word. that we're going to kill each other, that we are deadly to each other, that we are a threat to each other if we come close to each other. That, my dear sister friends and brothers who may listen to this later, is exactly the strategy of the inquisitors during the witch burnings. We became terrified of each other. Women who gathered during their moon times wouldn't do that anymore because that was a surefire guarantee you were going to get tortured, accused of being a witch, burned at the stake. We became dangerous to each other, and it was all just an illusion. There was no truth in it. Were there bad people? Of course, there's always people who are bad. But were those countless women, children, and men, were they evil doers cavorting with a devil that they probably didn't even believe in? No. And yet, that accusation that you better watch out for your neighbor Susie over there because, you know, she's got some of those powers of sight. And if they catch her as a witch, they're going to ask her to name the people she's been gathering with. And if you're friends with her, you're going to be on that list. You see, it's the strategy is a little different now, but it's a similar thing. Contact tracing, really? You're going to get to be traced with everyone you've seen because somebody might be deadly? It's an intent to divide, and we know, divide and conquer. So this is the time for us to put a stake in the ground, to reclaim fully our power as divine beings having a walk for a spell here on earth. This is the time for us to say, I am the love and the light I came here to be, and I will shine my light of love as a countermeasure to the dark forces that cannot hold on much longer because of where we are in our galaxy, where our solar system is in the galaxy. So, okay, so I think that's most of that message. Let me just connect in and see what's next. Whether you resonate with the word witch or not doesn't matter, but if you do resonate with it, I encourage you to reclaim it. I encourage you to begin to dispel the old stories about witches, that witches are evil, that witches have something to do with Satanism, because we don't. We don't. Not those of us who are working for the light. I've known a lot of witches in my life. And these are the Wicca, the pagans, those who are reclaiming the pre-Christian spiritual and religious tradition of their European ancestors. So to associate the word witch with devil worship or Satanism is a misunderstanding of what a witch is. And you could say, yeah, Dawn, those are semantics. And yes, it's true. There's evil and there's love, right? Love, or, you know, and even live, L-I-V-E, if you flip it, it's evil. What is evil? The Satanists who are trying to take over this planet and all of that nonsense, they invert everything. So they invert the five-pointed star, which is a symbol of Venus and the goddess, so that the point is downwards. They invert the cross of you know, Christianity upside down. They invert the truth. They invert even the word live. Inverted is evil. So that was the next piece. Now let me see what's there's. I feel there's definitely more here. Okay, so now is a song. I'm going to share a song with you, and this comes from my beloved elder sister friend Polly Santor, a wise woman and magical being that she is. So Polly, thank you for this if you watch this. This is a beautiful song. Now, Polly has a beautiful voice and I don't, but I'm going to sing it to you anyway a few times so that you can learn it. I have a little licorice in my tea to coat my throat. Okay, so here it goes. Who were the witches and where did they come from? Maybe your great-great-grandmother was one. Witches are wise, wise women, they say. You may grow up to be a witch one day. And I'll sing it again. Who were the witches and where did they come from? Maybe your great-great-grandmother was one. Witches are wise, wise women, they say. You may grow up to be a witch one day. I love that song. We sang that. She taught us that at a retreat she came to of mine. We sang that in a hot, dark steam room that was like round like a womb, and it was amazing. So that's one witch song that I want to share with you. And then here's another. This one I learned long ago, and I don't even know if I have all the words, but it speaks to these times and this resonance that many of us feel with the rising feminine within and the power of the feminine. We are the weavers, we are the web, we are the flow and we are the ebb. We are the weavers, we are the web, we are the witches back from the dead. We are the weavers, we are the web, we are the flow and we are the ebb. We are the weavers, we are the web, we are the witches back from the dead. So let's just take a breath and take that in. Give yourself permission to feel however you feel in this conversation, in this share. Now I feel the call to guide us through something, so you can close your eyes and tune into your heart right now for a moment and just take a breath into the heart, breathing in the golden light, allowing it to expand into your chest, and exhaling to just let yourself be fully present, at ease in your body. And now as you breathe in again, I want you to breathe in that word witch and bring it in and notice where it lands in your body on the inhale. And then exhale to let your attention really come to awareness of this word witch and where you feel it in your body. And if it's uncomfortable, that's okay. You can just be witness to this. And breathing at a pace that's right for you now. Just stand in witness to this word, to this feeling in your body, and become aware of whatever images, impressions, or information wants to reveal itself to you now. Receiving with witness and awareness. You don't need to identify with it or attach to it right now. You are just gathering information about your connection with this word witch, how it lands for you inside of you. Good. And now as you breathe, I want you to call upon your guides and master teachers in the non-physical, whether it's an angel, animal ally, known or unknown. Call them to come now and come very close to you. Call your guides close to you now. That's right. And ask them to hold and embrace and support you as you witness whatever else this energy wants to reveal to you, this word witch, where it is in your body. Let the vision or the information open up now to show you something that has been hidden from your view. And let yourself see and know that now. Trusting whatever is revealed, feeling held and safe, your guides all around you. Simply witnessing what's there. Beautiful. And now, taking a breath in, allow the breath to surround this energy with golden love light. Uplifting increasing the frequency of and supporting whatever is being revealed to you now. Feel the support as you breathe in and out, and this golden light surrounds and raises up the energy within, the word witch settled within you, and the raising up of your own frequency in the process. That's right. And just observe and notice if or how the energy shifts, if something morphs or changes, if something more is revealed. Just allow yourself to witness it, pouring the golden light that moves through you and all around you with each breath. Pouring that golden light on and through all that you witness. Honoring it, being okay with it. Beautiful. And now taking a breath, I invite you to give thanks to whatever has revealed itself to you. And if what has been revealed is something that is painful or difficult or emotionally challenging, allow that to be the case, knowing that you have the power within you to shift it now. And while we cannot change the past per se from this vantage point, we can choose anew without being held back by the fears of the past. And so now I invite you, with that state of gratitude in your heart, to again call in the golden light, letting it move through you, letting it be a healing balm for anything that has come up which is difficult, letting it be a blessing for all that has been revealed, and then pouring that light out onto the earth, anchoring the light through you into the earth, and allowing that golden love light to emanate from every pore of your body, extending out to all of the earth now. Beautiful. There is only now. And in this now moment, you, the powerful creator you are free to choose exactly what you wish to carry as an energy. And on this Friday the 13th, at this most challenging and yet auspicious period in planetary history, I invite you to choose now the love light that you are, and to call, recall, reclaim, and remember the powerful spiritual gifts that you have had across lifetimes and eternity. And taking a breath in, pull in all of your spiritual gifts from all time, space, and dimension now. Breathing it into the heart, exhaling to allow those gifts to emanate through every part of your being, your physical and your energy bodies. Again, breathing in to call, recall, reclaim, and remember all of your spiritual gifts into the heart space like golden light. Exhaling to let yourself be saturated in the remembrance and the reclaiming of those gifts. What is past is gone. There is only now. And in this now moment, You reclaim all of the spiritual gifts that you have had through all incarnations, surrendering that which is not love, to leave space for the power, the creativity, and the love that you are. And one more breath in. And exhale to saturate yourself in the love light of the divine, in the reclaiming of your eternal blessed being. And before we open our eyes, I'm going to offer a prayer. Divine Mother, Father God, stand witness to our intent to reclaim our light in the name of love, to surrender and release all that does not serve us. All of the past is gone, the future to be written from the love in our hearts. We have come across time and space to bring the love and the light of these times, and we reclaim all of our gifts, all of our wisdom, all of the blessings of love that we are capable of. We bring those forward now for all of our sisters and brothers on earth, and we send it out through all time, space, and dimension. We are the love and the light we came to be here, to see, to reclaim, to share, to extend. So be it, and so it is. Blessed be. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So, dear sisters and brothers who may watch this later on YouTube, let this day and every day be a day of blessing for you and for all those whose lives you touch. May you use Friday the 13th from now on to be a magical, powerful, good luck day in which you choose to bring in even more love, even more light, even more healing, and courageously step up with your gifts, your soul mission for these times. Let me see if there's anything else. Just let us shed the skins of the past. They need no longer have hold on us. They really don't. We're here together now. We are not in those times. And we can lift as we rise, and we can gather together, and we don't need to buy a fear narrative that says we are dangerous to each other. We really can be the love and the light we came here to be. We are divine eternal beings having this little walk, this little spell. And so thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your light in the world. Thank you for your blessings. Enjoy this Friday the 13th and all those yet to come. Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to take a moment to check here. Sacred Space, greetings from Mexico and Trinidad, and you're welcome, everyone, in Finland and Norway. Thank you, everyone who's been here with me. Thank you for your light. Let's see if there's anything else. Yes, just quickly, my husband and I will also be doing another ceremony tonight, just to really anchor a lot of light on this day. So maybe you'll choose to do that as well. Okay, with that, I'm going to sign off for now, and I'm actually going to go to ground on Mother Earth and enjoy the sunshine in the middle of the day here. So wishing you many blessings. Thank you so much for your love, your light, your presence, and I will see you again very soon. Mwah! Bye for now.